Owning a home is the American dream. I love my job because I get to help people buy, sell, and improve that American dream. Follow me this week as we explore exciting new trends in Utah's real estate.
So I had a family that called me and they spent a lot of time in Lake Powell and they basically want to build Lake Powell in their backyard. So we came up with an awesome design that matches Lake Powell perfect. So I sat down with the owners and we started talking about some of the things they like and some of the things that they want to incorporate in the pool. And in doing so, we kind of figured out some of the hardships that actually was going to take in this environment with their yard. Like we were basically in a place where they had to jackhammer the foundation of their house out. It's solid cliffs, solid rocks, and they want a pool that's 14, 16 feet deep where you can jump off a 20-foot cliff. And we figured, well, we've done it before and we can definitely make it happen. So we spent, 4 days with huge excavators. So I'd have to say this is probably one of the hardest pools we've actually ever had to engineer and excavate. It was solid rock. We had the biggest excavators you can get, the biggest jackhammers, and spent 4 days just jackhammering rocks out. Huge rocks as big as a Volkswagen we pulled out of this thing. Because they wanted the pool to be 14, 16 feet deep so you can actually jump off 20-foot cliffs. And one thing that's awesome about this pool, we ended up putting the equipment room underneath the cliffs themselves. They're like everything's hidden back underneath. You have no idea where it's at. You're not going to know where it is because we're dealing with kind of a tight yard. We're dealing with a yard that has a lot of slope. Obviously there's a mountain behind it. We have tons of concrete. We probably have, 250, 300 yards of concrete that's just in this pool itself, that's retaining the walls, that's retaining the slide. We have a 60-foot long slide that's going into it. We have a hot tub that, that's sitting up top. It's an 8-man hot tub. The pool, it has a crystal clear blue plaster. They want to have the look of, the Caribbean kind of at the same time. So you look at the water, it just looks so blue, so just clean and beautiful. You've got cliffs that are 14 feet tall. And in one of the things in making the pool, we kind of had some dirt shift and stuff like that as we were building the slide. And we're thinking, okay, so we have the equipment room here and we have the slide up here. So let's make a little valley, a little alley where the guys and the kids can climb up through the pool and they can get up to the upper levels and jump off the cliffs instead of having to go clear around the other side of the slide to get up. We ended up doing a deck that looks just like Lake Powell. We built custom rocks. These rocks are actually styrofoam rocks, but they're carved and coated with concrete to look like a normal rock, but they can actually take those rocks and scoot them around the fire pit. So as you can see, this pool turned out just like Lake Powell. I mean, it's the attention to detail that we put into this pool, it's just incredible. I mean, we spent hundreds of hours carving the rock, staining the rock, matching pictures, taking pictures of Lake Powell to make everything look exactly the way they wanted it to work. Literally, when they seen it, they literally started crying when we turned on the waterfall and everything. Just, it turned out awesome. I couldn't be more proud of what we've done. I don't think they could be more happier. It's just one of the things that we do.
Continuing our look at the Northern Wasatch Parade of Homes, I've got Ryan Ortman with Woodside Homes. Ryan, thanks for taking a minute with us.
You bet.
Okay, so was this particular home built for the parade, or is this part of a bigger project, or what is this?
This particular home is part of a community called Stillwater. At Stillwater, we have actually two communities. One's called Preserve and the other's called Haven. We have about 200 lots in this community, and this is one of the homes that we debut here.
Okay, wonderful. And so what city is that in?
That's in Syracuse.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so this particular one is then more kind of a model home for you then?
It is.
Okay, wonderful. And so tell me about a little bit about what you guys consider standard features versus upgrades as we're looking at this.
Sure. Well, we actually have a very unique process. It's called the Inspiration Wall, where our buyers are able to customize their home right there in the sales office as opposed to going to a secondary location. We're very cognizant as far as what buyers most, what they desire most in their homes in terms of the features, and we try to make those as available as whether it be fit and finish options or structural options. So they're able to actually customize their floor plan as well as some of the features of their home.
Yeah, looks great. So the wood that you guys are seeing in here and the fireplaces is a real nice style and design. I like how you guys have left real neutral on the walls and brought a lot of pop and color with your decorating.
Yeah, a lot of times you walk into a home and you're not really sure what's standard and what's optional, and we try to make that very clear for the consumer. And by putting a lot of decorator features in the home, sometimes it becomes confusing for them. But we like to have our homes be nice and bright and light and show, be very open, a lot of natural light, oversized islands, good family space, and yet still have that private retreat for the parents when they need to get away from all the kids.
Yeah, master bedrooms become very important in the last little bit. It's almost like its own little oasis, huh?
It is.
I guess if you're paying for it, you might as well enjoy it, right?
That's right.
Okay. Looks like we're headed down to the basement here.
Actually,
Tell me about
this is actually a loft upstairs.
Oh, it is?
This is an oversized loft. This particular community does not have a basement. And so what we did is we have an optional loft, and that couch actually seats 14 people. And so you have that space upstairs. We have a lot of natural light.
It's almost better that way. Anyway.
It actually is. This is one of our most popular plans, and people love this space.
Okay, and so what would this space be?
This is right when you come into the entry. Some people will use it as a music room, home teaching room. It's just a way to separate the area where you live to where you have those guests come in and you need an unexpected guest or expected guest, and able to still have those formalized spaces and yet still have an open floor plan.
Yeah, that's great. And so are you guys going to plan on, how many houses do you guys have in construction right now? What's that look
We have quite a few under construction. This is an extremely popular plan, but we have about 200 home sites, and we have some spec homes ready for immediate move-in. And for those that are interested, you can reach out to us either on our website at woodsidehomes.com or call us at 801-871-9060.
They say on camera, I'm a little stiff, but I insisted that I be the one to tell you about the world's finest, safest garage door, the Martin door, available at your nearest door, lumber, or hardware company. Tell them Dave Martin sent you. Now what's stiff about that?
Here at Real Estate Essentials, we love to support local business, and we love nothing more than local business that's had international success. And Martin Garage Doors is one of those. So the next time you're looking to buy garage doors, buy local, buy the best, buy Martin Garage Doors.
Amsco Windows was founded in Utah over 65 years ago. Our 535,000 square foot facility is one of the largest vinyl window plants in the country. We provide more windows in the state of Utah than all other manufacturers combined, and with Amsco, your design potential is limitless. At Amsco, we understand that quality, service, on-time delivery, and pleasing the customer are vital to our success. Amsco Windows, make your home a masterpiece.
Well, we've been thinking about it, and we're just not sure. I understand.
We've never sold a house before.
I'll walk you guys through every step.
So if we sell, do you think we can swing it?
Well, I have the numbers right here, and based on the comps that I've found, the timing is perfect. There's a lot of buyers for a house like yours.
It's good to know.
I'm so excited.
Okay, Clay, for this home, we're going to go look at a unique property. We don't show enough St. George homes. I love St. George homes, and this is a really good one.
Well, I love St. George because my whole stomping grounds growing up in southern Utah, and I love the red rock, and it just gives those communities down there so much character and vibrancy.
You got to love the green against the red, and
Yes.
they always do these brown tones. They do a really good job down there making the houses kind of fit into the layout of the land, right?
Well, it's unlike anything else in Utah, really. And it just gives a very unique feel and it's just a fun feel. Like I said, to me, it's kind of home. And I really like this style and this location a lot.
Yeah, and this one's a tremendous value at $474,900. It lays out really well. They've got it set up so you've got your house, which is a really cool style, but they've also got a casita in there, and that's a little place for your guests to stay. And we're going to go look at that in just a minute.
Those are a lot of fun because, you know, you can still be together, you can have company, but, you know, it's also nice to have that little bit of separation also when you want to have it.
Because if you live in a resort type situation like this, because this also includes a membership into the Entrada golf club and everything.
Yeah.
And so this is a good situation because you've got your house, you've got membership, and you've got a place for your guests to come and stay. So great place to retire or even have a second home, right?
It is, and that's what you see. I have so many friends that have second homes, people that I know in this area, and it's just a fun place to go be. And this community especially was so well thought out. I've rented a home in this community when I was down there for a soccer tournament, and whoever designed this was brilliant. But this home particularly, coming back to this, I mean, you see the finishes right there. They really thought this one through.
Yeah, really nice job of bringing the outside into the space.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about financing on this one because you're at $474,900. What's that look like?
Well, the cool thing about that, again, you're just kind of right close to that jumbo loan amount.
And they do this on purpose,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because nobody wants to pay those higher rates into getting those jumbo loans.
That's right. And so when you're that close, you can just put a little bit down. You can even do a second if you wanted to, which on this home could work out really well. But it puts you under that 417, which gives you the most desirable rates in terms available in that price range. It's really, really good.
Yeah, one of the other cool things about this, the seller is considering for a little bit more money above the asking price, they will consider leaving all the furnishings. And so what's really nice about that, you could get your house and instead of having to go cash out of pocket and have to go buy all the furnishings and furnishing, you could literally finance the whole thing and have it all together.
Well, and that's where that second mortgage works out really good because it would give you that opportunity to really do that. And again, you have kind of a pre-made second home right here with that possibility.
And because you also get the membership involved, you can wrap that all into financing and you don't, because normally you have to come out of pocket directly with that membership, which is very expensive, but it's awesome. And so everything all built into one here. And now we're gonna go look at that casita that we were talking about.
That is cool. I like that little separate patio right there in between.
It's literally its own little living space. And if you have a place like this, I want to come and visit personally. You know, I'm on the list. I hope I'm on the list because I love it.
You know, we have people visit with us all the time and come stay with us. And I love that layout. It would make it really nice for both parties, actually.
Okay, so I had to look at some of the amenities here of the Entrada. Entrada, of course, if you haven't been down there, don't know Entrada. Entrada is probably one of the nicest communities put together down there that is based around an incredible golf course and, of course, the spa and the gym that they have here. And take a look at that swimming area.
Well, there's no need to go to a gym or, I mean, travel very far to have entertainment or activity or exercise. It's all kind of right there.
Perfect for families, right?
It is.
Because
It really is.
You got your golf, you got your tennis, and they've got their own restaurant built in there right next to the golf course. And man, this is a really good situation for $474,900. You get everything. You could situate it so you get all furnished. You get the golf club. You get talk about it. Perfect second home.
Well, no pun intended, but this whole community was just a masterstroke. It was really put together well.
So Clay, I've got something unique for the show here. We're going to look at some land, and land is, of course, very valuable because they're not making any more of it, right?
Right, and I'm loving this already, just that kind of rural feel. I love the uniqueness of this property. It's different from stuff we normally do, and yet it's really cool because of the opportunities that lie within this land.
Yeah, what's really awesome about this one, not only is it land, but it backs to the Weber River.
Yeah.
It's got its own frontage, which is very rare in Utah because the state of Utah goes in and buys up as much property as they possibly can that backs to river because they understand the concept that if you have land and you have water next to it, and then you've got yourself a monopoly, essentially.
Yeah, and the cool thing, I like this property because, I grew up in a rural area. We worked the land, we farmed it, we put cows on it to pasture in the wintertime. And it was a lot of hard work, but some great memories. And I learned a lot on that property. But this, I'm jealous of the water because of the recreational opportunities and just the ease of use from a livestock perspective as well.
So you didn't have water on your land?
No, we had to pump it in. And so this is really cool. I like
so this is perfect. So if you wanted to go down there and go fishing, if you wanted to go swimming in the river, you put a swing over the top of it, whatever you want to do. And the nice thing is, not only is it next to the water, but it comes with 7 water shares. So you also have the ability to pump the water on and be able to use it.
Yeah,
which is great.
That is. That's really great.
So very unique situation. You could use this to put a house on. You could have cattle on it. You could do a combination of. You could do farmlands. But let's talk about financing because this is something I don't really know about. But tell me about financing on
so your financing is going to be different because of just the size of acres that you have on this. You're going to be looking at about a 35 to 40% down payment on this. But then what a lot of other people want to do is they want to put a house on it and say, we want to be right there and work the land on site. And so then you have some other finance options for more of a residential opportunity there.
So a couple different options.
There are, yeah.
And so it's going to go out here and kind of show the different parcels, broken up into different parcels, but you can see where the river kind of goes along the side of it and then how much access it has. It's one thing to have a little sliver of it, but it literally has a bend of the river around it, which is awesome.
That really is.
And the great thing about this, if you break it down price per acre, you're buying it about $14,000 an acre, which is incredible.
That is.
That's a great deal also.
It really is. It really is.
Moving is hard and no one likes to do it. It should be an adventure, and we here at Wasatch Moving Company make it one. We are that extra bit of help that everyone needs. Let us take the stress out of moving for you with our excellent and careful staff and our flat rate affordable pricing. Call Wasatch Moving Company today, the official movers of Real Estate Essentials with Jay Deere on ABC.
A Better Clean based in Salt Lake City. Fast, free, in-home quotes done by experienced professionals with uncompromised quality. We take pride in the service we provide. We have products safe and eco-friendly. We exceed every expectation, so give us a call today.
Well, we've been thinking about it, and we're just not sure.
I understand.
We've never sold a house before.
I'll walk you guys through every step.
So if we sell, do you think we can swing it?
Well, I have the numbers right here, and based on the comps that I found, the timing is perfect. There's a lot of buyers for a house like yours.
It's good to know.
I'm so excited.
Bear Hollow Lakes Resort was built about 5 years ago. It's built on a private lake. We specialize in corporate events, family reunions. Weddings have been great up here. There are 9 separate bedrooms. There's a really nice tent area for overflow. In fact, if you have people that you want to have more people than our bedrooms. It's all about the water. It's your private lake. The lake has available on the lake 2 specific boats, one specifically for wakeboarding and another tournament ski boat. BearHollowLakes.com is our website. It'll give you all the details, take you through some of the rooms on the inside, and really give you a feel for what this place really is.
So Clay, I'm really excited about this one. There are, of course, some really beautiful neighborhoods in Salt Lake, but there's nothing better than the avenues when it comes down to it, right?
That's so true. It's just a great place, your proximity to everything and the history that's there. It's just amazing.
And this particular property we're going to go look at is just in the prime location of the avenues, and this is it. And it's a complete restoration project that we're going to be following here on the show. And they're about halfway done with it right now, but when this thing finishes out, it is going to be completely restored and absolutely beautiful.
Look at that stonework. I mean, that's like you can tell that really kind of gives it the character. What year was this built again, Jay?
This one was built in 1904, and this thing is 46, 49 square feet. So this was a mansion.
Oh yeah,
at that time, that century as a mansion.
That many square feet at that time, that would have. I mean, that's like the elite home at that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so they've gone through and they're tearing it all down and bringing it back to its former glory, I guess is the way to do this. They're going to be fixing those floors up as original hardwood floors, and so they're going through and redoing all those. You can see that they're going to expose now the brick, because the brick used to be covered with wallpaper. They're going to expose the brick again. They've gone through and sanded all the wood, because the wood had been painted over and over again to where it had even lost the shape of the wood.
Really?
So they went through and sanded it all down, and look at what it looks like.
Oh my word.
Wait until they pull that off. It looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if only that wood could tell stories, over 100 years, and then to look at you can just tell the architecture and the design and the character of this home is going to be impressive.
Yeah, and so they're looking for a buyer to come in and purchase this thing, and then they'll finish out the color and styles that the particular buyer wants.
That'll be great, because then they can customize this and really kind of make it their own. And yet, the stories that happen in this place and the history, people
so let's
love
talk
that.
Let's talk about financing on something like this. What would that be looking like?
The cool thing about it at Castle & Cook, we actually typically on a jumbo loan, which is the category this is going to be in, you're going to be limited to 80% financing. And we can actually do a piggyback simultaneous second mortgage that'll get you an 80% first mortgage and a 10% second mortgage. So really you're just coming in with the 10% down, which in this neighborhood and this type of home, I mean, that's really, really good.
Yeah, because you can buy this one, get completed, and then it's going to be worth a ton more money.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at what that neighborhood and that market has done historically.
Always great.
Yeah.
So Clay, we're going to go look at a really unique home up in Syracuse, and look at that view, right?
Yeah, I like that, and I like the combination they chose on the brick and the stucco on that home, and then just that overall layout. Look, that yard is impressive.
Yeah, and it's not a very good angle, but when you show up outside this house in Salt Lake area or St. George and stuff, you don't get houses that are this tall. It literally is massive, and usually there are height restrictions on the side of the houses, and apparently in this area, this house, I mean, stands up. You see the side of the front door to give you kind of an idea of how tall this house is.
Yeah.
When I walked up to it, it was so majestic and so large. Then you walk into the inside, and it's laid out really well.
Well, the cool thing about that highest ceiling is it makes your every square foot seems so much bigger.
Yeah.
It really does. Just those higher ceilings make it feel spacious and open and just big.
Yeah, and so the cool thing about this one, it's got a lot of square footage, just 5,227 square feet, with 4 bedrooms and 3 1/2 baths, and but each one of those floors are large. And at $470,000, that's only $89 a square foot.
That's really, really.
Really cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, this house in the Salt Lake Valley would be at least $120 a square foot, and it still wouldn't have that height and that kind of massive expanse that this one has.
And I'm a huge fan of that. I love those big ceilings, and I love what it does to a house.
Yeah.
And this was just really well done. They really pulled this together nicely. Those arched, walk-throughs and walkways and windows. It just has a really nice flow to it.
Yeah. And so, and the backyard is, I mean, big. I mean, it's got a massive backyard. It's on 0.37 acres, and it's got an unfinished basement at this point. So you could, I mean, you can keep expanding and make this thing as big as you want to be. Head into the master bedroom, which I like is on the main floor, which has always been very desirable lately, because I'm having to sell houses for sellers right now because they get older and their knees, they can't do the stairs anymore. This is a house that you could stay in forever, because, I mean, theoretically, I don't know if you want to stay there forever, but if you want to, it always gives you that option.
I've always been a big fan of the master on the main level personally. I just really like that. I like this. You can see the bathroom right there.
Yeah. Put the kids upstairs, right?
Yes, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
It is. I've always been a big fan of it for that very reason.
And so this is right in off of the master. They've got like a workout room or a desk area also, which is, I mean, if you have an office right on the main floor as well.
Yeah.
And so headed upstairs, looking at some of the bedrooms, they got a dedicated place for like a home theater upstairs as well. Okay, so let's talk about financing. So they're at $470,000, which is, I mean, that's a really good deal at this price. Talk about financing. What's that look like?
You have some great options right there, because of that 470 price range, your jumbo loan amount starts at 417. So they literally are so close they could put themselves into a conventional finance situation, which is going to give you the very best terms and rates that are available out there.
Protecting your home means protecting your single largest financial investment. That's why when you buy a home, you buy owner's title insurance to protect your home ownership. Purchasing owner's title insurance will ensure your home ownership rights are protected against unexpected claims such as liens, a forged deed, encroachments, and other situations covered by the policy. For a one-time fee paid at closing, coverage lasts for as long as you own your home. Who can you count on for that protection? Since 1953, North American Title has built a strong reputation for personal service and financial strength. Our associates work with you, your lender, and your real estate agent to make sure you close on schedule. And we issue the title insurance that'll be there to protect your home ownership through the years. Call North American Title at 801-566-3066 or go to www.nat.com/Utah Protect to learn how to order owner's title insurance for your new home.